know that she was British. I thought she had an incredible speech impediment because I could
What?
not understand a word she was
So,
saying.
hang on.
That's still
So,
so insane.
the British accent spoken through a mask from
On the
a
other side of the
mid
room,
from a medium distance
it was a large room.
was okay. Was enough for you to convince you that it was not a dialect of speech, but wrong speech.
Yes, I thought that she had a bad speech impediment.
Uh-huh.
Because it was like the kind of accent, not like the cool British accent, but the one that's like, oh, you just have a mouthful of marbles.
What do you
I
mean?
That's, by the way, before you start
The
yelling at
lame
me,
British.
Do you mean
not my own words. That came from one of my favorite books of all time, written by a British person.
do you mean like
Okay.
a
I think.
Cockney accent, a Northern
No.
accent?
I'm not familiar enough with geography. She didn't
So-
sound like my cool British cousin.
It's like a Northern accent. It's like they talk like this, a bit.
No, I think it was.
What?
She's from the specific section of the Northwest, specifically labeled as lame British.
Probably.
Or was it
She's
just
pretty cool, though.
pops?
You probably have met her before, Colin, since you were so involved in PLP. Hold on.
I don't know if I was that involved in PLP. I kind of just shimmied around. They said, "Hey, can you do things?" And I went, "Okay." But I did not care about them.
Look at my baby Pete.
He is a baby.
Mhm.
A small little guy.
That sure is a Pete.
It sure is.
What impact do you think this will have on the economy?
Little to none.
Okay, that's fine.
Damn. Are you trying to get a breaking heart streak, Caleb?
Totally. You know me.
Goodness gracious.
You're right.
God, you guys
I'm
have got to
sorry.
hear about the bullshit
Pete-
that happened yesterday.
What happened?
You know the concept of spouses.
Yes.
Do you want to hear about this, or do you want to hear about my manager having to get stitches?
Please, the manager.
Apparently, from what I heard, she was talking to like one of the new employees. And they were like, "Why are we using like box cutters, like safety box cutters, instead of like real ones, like at other places I worked?" And she was like, "Oh, because like some idiots will cut themselves on real box cutters anyway." And then, like, literally, like a couple minutes later, she cut herself on the safety box cutter, and I guess made like a pretty bad gash that like would not stop bleeding. Um, and so I think she cut herself again, though, is the thing. Like, I think the first one was fine, but then I think she somehow managed to cut herself again.
How is she in charge of anything?
I don't know.
Don't be too hasty. Today I cut myself with opening a Visa gift card, and it didn't stop bleeding for like 7 minutes. So sometimes people just have weak skin.
No. I'm
Okay,
turning that same
you're not a
level of
store
ire on
manager,
you.
and also you didn't have to go get stitches over it.
That
Like,
is
she had to actively, like, leave work for it.
That is really funny, though.
So anyway, the concept of spouses, since we're talking about getting stitched, aka stitched together for legally.
so good, Shannon.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You understand? Summarize for me, please, the concept of spouses. A volunteer, not you, Caleb.
You tell the government, hey, this person who I smooch, I want to be a tax entity with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that not the answer you were looking for?
No, it is. It's a good one.
And also, you love each other forever. You love each other forever.
Forever and ever and ever and ever.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what was the reason for this?
Okay, look, if your husband gets turned into an Aether Eater, and you don't think he's gonna be turned back...
Who are you?
What'd you say?
If your husband if your wife starts going insane and murdering towns, and
Okay,
you're like,
it was-
oh god, I need to
That is
help
not
her.
what. Were you paying attention? That is not what happened.
That is what happened. That is legitimately what happened, you fucking dumbass.
And you go, oh my god, I need to help my wife. I'm gonna go undercover and try to figure this shit out. And then you kind of get turned into an Aether Eater along the way. Sometimes things happen.
I would simply give her a foot rub and some chocolates and say, honey, we could probably go to therapy about this because you seem not yourself lately.
Well, you know what they can't go to therapy about anymore?
What?
Anything.
Which one died?
Oh no, both of them lived. That's what made it bad. Because they had a fight. Caleb, did you expect Drock to live?
I mean, out of character, I figured there was a chance he'd be turned back. Angel was not expecting it.
You have a husband. And then you find a cool new boyfriend, while your husband is still, horribly altered from his time spent trying to save you. And then your husband gets turned back and he's like, oh, thank God, my beautiful, loving wife is okay. I'm so glad to see you. And your beautiful, loving wife goes, about that, there's someone else.
I'm gonna go shrivel in a corner and die.
Oh, Keenan
You
almost
weren't
did.
even there. Yeah.
If you
I'm just gonna find a corner of my room and just huddle in there and wait for death.
Dude, you can check the Salondis group chat and you can see the exact moment when things started going wrong.
Oh,
Because it was like,
no.
oh, they were having a great conversation, a beautiful reuniting, while all of us saw the impending doom. And then the husband leaned down to kiss his beautiful, loving wife, and the wife cringed away and went,
Oh!
wait a second.
I'm on
Okay,
the
you're
second
misgendering
floor. Do you
Angel,
think
so
a jump
there.
out of this window would kill me?
Maybe. Also, this is the husband.
Yeah, also, fuck that.
It legitimately
Right.
does not matter. The rest of this is enough.
Mm-hmm.
You're feeling like this, Dalton, from hearing the recap of the recap.
Wait, so I'm
Do you want to
confused.
talk
Which-
about the multiple times you fumbled bear? Because we can talk about that.
Brilliant.
Which
This is
one-
worse. This is
Brilliant,
worse.
Yeah.
sorry.
Dumbass.
This is worse.
Wait, was it the husband or the wife that was the Aether Eater?
Or both.
The
husband.
husband.
Both.
The husband,
husband
got
was
turned into
The
an
Aether Eater.
Mhm.
The
Uh-huh.
other was Althara the Impure.
Uh-huh.
Oh!
Althara the Impure came first, and then he was like, oh shit, I have to go do something.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And then he kind of got,
Oh, no.
Aether Eatered.
Yes.
Can we
Rough.
can we pause starting the session for a while I go develop a drinking habit? I want you to be aware that I don't drink, so I'm going to be starting from nothing. So it's going to happen though.
Develop it like a photograph, Dalton. Just, get into a dark room, wait a while. Just chill. So yeah, it was... The rest of the session was beautiful, though. Friendship and
was.
sunshine and kindness.
And some of us got abandoned in different dimensions. But we made it back.
Mm-hmm.
Because also, for context, before Solanda's sessions, sometimes many of us at least, roll D100s to see how our luck is gonna fare. And I rolled 31, and I went, oh no, my friend, I can do better. And I decided to reach for the stars and rolled a D1000. And do you want to know what I rolled on the D1000?
Was that the
2.
one?
That was the one.
Mm-hmm.
I was really close.
So, that had to be addressed.
You know, I never really participated in Solandis, but I've been considering jumping in on the next West Marches because the options on the survey seemed cool. I'm not positive I'm going to be doing that anymore. This sounds
Me
like it
too.
sucks.
It's so fun.
That was one tiny moment.
I do want to jump in more often. I gotta.
Water.
Door's pretty much always open. I mean, not until
Yeah.
the next West Marches now, but
Yeah.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, hey, for everyone else, it was reuniting with long lost family, seeing friends. Happy times. But yeah. That's how things go. It's not all.
And then you dance with your new boyfriend in front of your husband.
Closet.
Oh,
Gonna
no!
find one,
Oh,
shut myself in it. I'm gonna. I'll find a way to lock the door from the inside.
Not even 10 minutes after the conversation.
well, but
No,
I'm pretty sure it was
my
longer after
God.
that, out of character or in character. It would have
Fireplace. I
been
need
longer between
gasoline.
that.
At least from the way I interpreted it, because we were jumping around the timeline a lot, it was, while you were talking, the music started up ish, and then, like, literally, I think it was saying as Drock walked away, Zay walked back up to Angel and was like, hey.
No,
Mhm.
that is not how I know. I'm pretty sure there. I'm picturing that as Angel having talked to Drock like more at the beginning.
Yeah, and the dance happened pretty soon after. It was 10 minutes, but it was within an hour.
I was thinking like a couple hours at least.
Oh no.
And that's better? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's still not better by any
Still-
reasonable amount.
Still happening within the same day is still awful.
At the same, I guess, event location. But
Scene. Same scene.
uh it was a
Christ.
moment. It was a moment. It's going in the Solandis Can You Believe This compilation.
Uh-huh.
Can you believe this, John Solandis?
Hey John, you seeing this shit? I
Not even hell
Well, as
you
long
can
as Bob
save
Tax
you
is
from
in there too,
yourself
I'm
anymore.
happy.
but yes. I mean
This is probably worse than the Bob Tax.
it is not. It is not. You shut the fuck up. You shut the hell up.
Sometimes things can be worse than other things.
This is significantly worse. What you did with Bob is in
I'm
other
glad you agree.
stratospheres. You shot for the moon with that one. But we have a session to get to, gang. In the Ascending Garden, finally.
I'm gonna be stress baking during this, by the way, because my heart rate is so high.
Stress baking?
Yeah.
You don't need to stress bake. Probably, maybe.
Alright, the oven's preheated.
The oven's preheated? Well, let's see then. Shannon, can you please give the recap of the last session?
Yeah, I sure can. Let me pull out my notes. There we go. Okay. So, we had arrived at the isle that held the great Taloncore tree. And there was people on it, but they appeared to us as average citizens. And there was a warding barrier around the island, and we were able to pass through it, and we had no idea what it was for. And we still approached these people stealthily because we're like, are they impure? They seem normal. And Neza also realized that the effects of the Grey Gate didn't have an effect on her there. Eventually we're like, maybe these people know who Sabine is, so kind of went back to Sabine. Sabine couldn't get through the warding, and neither could her magic. And we approached these people, and they were scared as hell, and they ran away, and Oishin showed up, and he was just like, hey, you've done some terrible, awful shit. And we're like, oh yeah, but we're here to fix it. We're here to cure the sarconophage. And he's like, it was cured during the Merovicula. And we're like, what? And so we kind of go back and forth a little bit, Agnes shows up and he brings out this crystal that lights up when we tell the truth. Is the most simple way to describe it. He first asks Boudica a few questions, and they were able to have a bit more of an understanding, a bit more of a heart to heart. And then in the crystal, it did respond how it should have. I guess you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then when Boudica and the rest started trying to explain what had been happening with the world at large, like what we had been doing with the infected, it would show up like we were lying, which was very confusing. We kept trying a couple different things, and it still just wouldn't respond to us correctly, but we managed to convince Oishin, like, hey, we are telling the truth. We promise you. We need to get to the root of the Great Talon Core tree. We have a device that'll get us through. And he's like, I trust you. And we made a plan for him to sort of pretend that he sent us away only to sneak us back in. We went through with that, and well, not before telling Sabine what was up. And we went through with that, and we got all the way down to the roots via elevator. And before we could really get deep into it, Neza essentially was like, okay, Weishin, you need to tell us, are you Orianne? Is Orianne around? And she tried to do a zone of truth, and Oishin was like, I am being antagonized once again. Forget this. I'm leaving. He is probably going and telling the people up top what's going on. Boudica tried to chase after him, but he was just gone. So we had to descend further into the Talon Core tree. We used the device to get us through, and we got to a staircase that led us down. Our axis we were walking on was shifted, and eventually we found the Ascendant Garden. What we had been looking for, what had been tasked to look for, since we got to Lords.
Exactly right. And as you emerged, it was under a strange, new, yet familiar sky. Because as we begin, here as you emerge into the garden, light drenching the area before you, you smell a litany of wonderful scents, the perfume of nature, as you see little bits of plant petal and flower drifting past all of you. You are finally here. What are you guys doing?
Looking around, I guess, first and foremost.
Gotcha. Then, if you're looking around, Neza, make a mental check.
I love making mental checks.
Well, that's very good for you then.
I'm going to double check to make sure I didn't do anything weird. I did not. Okay. Is going to be, it's a lot of threes. 7 successes.
Gotcha.
Also, that's not a lot of threes. That was 1 3.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't see.
All right. Well, Neza can see better than you, which is a good thing.
Mhm.
As you begin to look around and journey forth, wherever you step, Neza, the grass and cobblestones beneath your feet turn this light golden color. And as you begin to see different plants, you notice that they come from all around the rings of Meropis. you see Kovorovian snow orchids, spindle briars from the shore of the Sea of Screams on the Dark Ring. This is a collection of flora unlike anything you have seen before, Neza.
Can I see anything that might power a suitable heart replacement?
As you're looking around, um, around here there are some rare plants. Go ahead and make a physical check or a mental check at detriment 2 to see what you can find.
I do wonder which one it's going to be. That is going to be only 6 successes.
Gotcha. Um, then as you look around, there are a few that you are able to find that have some magical properties. You find one called briarweed that actually draws in sunlight to itself as you find it in this little patch of darkness. Constantly grows and takes in power and energy. That's an option. You would also find something called Knight's Poppy, which has some regenerative capabilities that might be able to be used if utilized correctly. But with 6, that's what you get.
Gotcha. And with what Sabine said about making sure the properties of the plant are going to be appropriate for this replacement, do I get a sense of which one would be better suited for a human?
You'll have to make that call.
I think we should probably go with the poppy then, in that case.
Gotcha. So are you trying to pick some Knight's Poppy?
I would like to. I have a question. Is that night as in the opposite of day, or night as in the royal title?
Royal title.
Okay. Yes, I would like to pick some knight's poppy.
Gotcha. Then you can add 5 Knight's Poppy flowers to your inventory.
Very fun. I'll also try to grab some. Was it river lily that he said? Just if I can, on the side.
Okay.
The ground's changing color. Is that just for Neza steps, or is that all of us?
All of you.
Okay.
Hmm,
And you said the sky looks different, right? Like we're on the bottom of a ring?
Mm-hmm. You're not
Cool.
facing towards Null, you're facing away from the planet now.
Interesting. Okay. Hmm.
I would like to fly up a bit and kind of just get a lay of the land, see if there's any paths or any things of interest that I can see from the sky, or even just see how far up I can go.
Gotcha. Make a physical check then for me.
Just like Neza loves mental checks, I love physical checks, actually. Eight.
8. Then as you look around, there are all different types of biomes and flowers all about you, Boudica. As your eyes look at the cascading splendor of the garden, it goes out seemingly miles in all directions. However, paths you see are beginning to lead towards this iridescent bubble of pastel color seemingly where all the cobblestone paths converge. As you fly a little bit higher, about 200 feet up, trying to see where exactly uh, like things are located, if there are any other of these bubbles, all of a sudden your equilibrium completely shifts. Your sense of direction ripped from your mind, Boudica. And the rest of you watch as Boudica begins to plummet towards the ground.
Can I regain myself, or am I just...
No, you cannot regain yourself. There is no
Can I
amount.
try to catch her?
Yep. Go ahead and make a physical
Careful.
check.
Okay. Ooh, we'll go ahead and throw a hero point at that. 4 successes.
4, then both you and Boudica will take 40 points of normal crushing damage as you catch her.
Damn, she's heavy.
Better than
Twice.
100 each.
Twice.
Yeah, that is
Careful.
better.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Vici will just kind of stagger and set her down as gently as possible.
And as soon as you touch ground, Boudica, immediately you regain your sense of direction as you kind of blink and start looking about.
Oh my. Sorry, Veach. Thank you. I was just trying to get a lay of the land. Don't go too far up.
Yeah, what happened there?
There was just a point that I kind of hit. Just got all discombobulated and all that. But I did see some paths, some cobblestone paths, and they all seem to lead towards an iridescent bubble. And there's tons of biomes here. I think maybe this is a place that's kind of a representative of all different places in the rings, maybe? At least the nature of them, if I had to guess.
Maybe. Let's see. Looking up, how high up had she gotten before uh she lo- before she just started falling?
200
200
feet.
feet.
200 feet. Okay. Looking around, do we see any animals?
No.
No. Not even bugs like pollinators or anything?
No.
Okay. Well, sounds like we're headed towards the bubble. Just maybe on foot.
Yeah, for now. I'd rather stay close to the ground for right this second.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Then you're heading towards the bubble. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Gotcha. Is there anything you guys are wishing to do or talk about as you're heading towards the center of this garden?
I think as Boudica walks, she's maybe looking at flowers, and she's looking for flowers that she doesn't know if any flowers like this exist, but ones that maybe have different colored petals on like themselves, where maybe they look split down the middle.
Oh, yeah, those exist.
I think she will try to pick some of those.
Gotcha. Then, as you pick a few of them, they almost resemble tulips in their color and construction. As you pluck them,
And she just sort of keeps them in one hand for now.
gotcha.
Out of curiosity, do I see any plants that seem to be native to other dimensions and not the rings, or does this seem to be uh Brings them up Meropis only.
Make a mental check.
Mental. Okay. The exceptional mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yahoo. I'll save my hero points. 3.
3. You are able to identify many such plants from other dimensions. None that you would consider invasive, but as you are moving along, the trail of walking dandelions, single file, about 50 of them, marching along the cobblestone path, a telltale sign of extra dimensional flora. As you look around, you are able to see other things and plants that aren't traditionally associated with the rings.
Okay, I think Future won't stop probably, but he is fascinated by the walking dandelions.
Mm-hmm. And like as you see them, there's not just flowers and bushes here, but there are trees. And this line of dandelions is actually ascending what appears to be some sort of fruit tree and making their way up to the higher branches of it.
Are there any particular properties of walking dandelions that give them their name? Like, why are they called walking dandelions? If we know.
Haha.
What?
I don't know.
Jamie,
Are you being
I
serious?
think they're literally walking.
Oh my god, are they actually moving? I thought you just meant like a little.
Jamie!
I thought you meant a planted flower, because people describe rows of plants like running or walking or
I described him as
going in a
walking
direction.
across the path.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you meant literally walking. I thought you meant like they were stationary but went across anyway. You know, like
Climbing the
they're
tree.
lines of plant. Yeah, vines are described as climbing trees all the time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we were also talking about extra dimensional flora.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know that. That's why I was like, oh, is there something we need to be worried about? I didn't realize they were actually walking. I'm
You were
sorry.
expecting some normal ass flowers from a dimension
Yeah.
not in our own. You need to
Well, not
expand your sense of
necessarily
wonder,
normal.
dude.
That's why I was worried.
I'm
Sorry.
back. So yes, I've heard of vines climbing before, but I've never heard of regular plants walking. That's a new one.
Sorry.
Caleb, I'm going insane. Colin,
Yeah.
I'm going insane.
Okay.
You're not going to tell Dalton?
Are you not gonna
No, I
tell
don't want to.
Dalton?
Don't want to. Burden him with this knowledge.
Dalton, Shane is going insane, just in case you didn't
Okay.
know.
I'm
Yeah,
going.
cool,
Jamie,
thanks.
I'm going insane. Dalton, I'm going insane.
Okay, cool. Good for you.
Anything else, though, as you are traveling along? If not, as you begin to move forward, the iridescent bubble starts to come into view. You begin to see that at different points here on the bubble, there appear to be these small doors made of this kind of like solid black metal. But as you're approaching, Alon, make a mental or physical check.
Okay. A 3.
3. As you are approaching, there is an assembly of flowers, bushes, and trees around this iridescent bubble, specifically around the gates, that feel rather familiar. And as you get closer, maybe within 100 feet of the gates, as you're walking through, it hits you. You've walked through similar flora back on your family's farm on the Dark Ring. In fact, all of these plants around these gates you've seen before. Patches of wheat grow, a group of beautiful olive trees, apple trees of the exact varieties that your grandfather Thoth planted, plus so many flowers. Flowers that your father told you were planted by Atalanta, your parental grandmother. It is literally like walking down memory lane as you step amongst the plants and the grasses and cobbles light up behind you.
I think Elon just takes a second and literally breathes it in. Like he just sort of shuts his eyes and breathes deep and tries to remember home.
And it smells exactly like home.
I think Boudica will see this moment and kind of say, you like these ones?
Uh, yeah. Um, they remind me of my parents' farm back home. We grow or have every single one of these.
I don't think I've ever asked you about your family's farm. All these plants, what did you grow them for?
You know, produce mostly. Uh, my sister-in-law convinced my brother to like grow plants for linen, for clothes, and we have an orchard, olive trees, and our apple trees, and the only thing missing are the cows and sheep.
So what was your favorite thing to have that was made on the farm from your produce?
Mm, that's hard. Um, bread that you got from plant and baked in your house is undefinable or undescribable. Just
From
taking the
plant.
plant, taking the plant from wheat, grinding it to flour yourself, making that flour into dough, and making bread with it. It is incredible. Also makes you wonder, frankly, how people thought of bread, but it's
I mean, you also got to think there was someone crazy enough to milk a cow at one point.
yeah. We'd also make cider with the apples that was also fantastic.
Oof. Man, I could go for a good cider. Good cider, good homemade bread. That sounds like the
Mhm.
life.
Yeah, it was. Really was.
Yeah. Sounds very, very peaceful.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it that exactly. Uh, I have two brothers and a sister, and things always came up family wise, but
You don't need to.
you found your quiet moments.
Yeah, you don't need to explain
No,
family.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
I
forgot who I was talking to for a second.
I mean, I've also didn't never have siblings. I wonder what having a sibling would be like.
Uh, Depends on the sibling. I have one older brother and one twin brother. And
You
they
have a
could.
twin?
Yeah, I have a twin brother.
That's
He's a professor of magic at a university.
crazy. I've only
Is he the
always
one
kind
that
of
you were telling us you were contacting?
Yeah. Meanwhile, my older brother, he stayed on the farm and helps take care of it. My baby sister, now she, well, last I heard, she was trading on the seas, but fishing, whatnot.
Is she the one that helped us get the salt that one time?
Oh God, don't remind me of that. But yeah, she's the person I asked for, anyways. After everything that's happened, thinking about my family's kind of hard.
I'm sorry if I
It's fine. It's just, you know, if only.
yeah,
I get that.
well,
I haven't seen my siblings or my parents in quite a long time either.
Yeah, I didn't know you had siblings either.
An older sister and a younger brother. I wasn't very close with them growing up, but
Well,
they mean a lot to me still.
on the farm, we didn't get a ton of choice, I'll be honest. My
Hmm.
twin and I shared a room for the longest time until he moved out. And then I joined the army. So it's, it was a lot. And my mother taught me a lot of the early basics of what I know about medicine. She was a whiz with alchemy and taught me some of what she knew. Which also meant, but before I joined the army, I was the sort of de facto first aid guy on the farm for a long time there.
yeah, I can imagine.
You can also imagine that on a farm with young children, injuries are common.
Oh, absolutely.
Good practice.
You're not wrong. But just like I said, all the plants here from my farm. Just shut my eyes and pretend I'm there right now.
I mean,
Can I take a closer look at this gate that these plants are around?
Yeah, as you walk forward, the gate seems to be made of a strange black solid metal. As you approach, you can feel magic just lightly radiating off of the gate.
Well, this is as magic as I'll get out.
what type are we talking? Icky or sparkly?
Do I get a certain vibe, or is it just energy?
It's just energy.
Not really getting a reading one way or the other on that one. It sort of feels powerful.
Gotcha. Glittery.
Suppose, yeah. Hmm.
Suppose I can try to get a reading on what the magic does either.
You
Sure.
can attempt it if you'd like, Neza.
I will attempt
Okay.
that mental.
Make a mental check.
Okay. That is. Oh, only 5 successes.
5 successes.
A lot of ones.
You turn and you look at the gate, and as you move forward, you just kind of take note of a flower, and well, that's a pretty flower. And you just kind of look at it and its friends moving in the wind. And then you turn around, Nasa, and your friends are here. Holy crap, when did they get here?
Oh no. I'm glad to see you guys. Look! Look at that flower!
You
What's wrong
all
with
right,
you?
Nasa?
Do I feel fine?
Yeah, you otherwise feel fine. You just have no memory of even trying to do anything with the gate.
Yeah, why?
Are you still looking at the gate?
What? Oh, no. I don't think so. Did you want to do anything with it?
Well, you
I can
were
try
about
if
to
you
do
want.
something with it.
Uh,
N-
okay.
Nasa, you asked me if you should take a look at it, and then you walked up like you were about to, and then spaced out for a second, turned around, and were surprised we were here.
Well, that's weird. I don't remember that at all. A little worrying, though.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if there's any forget-me-nots around. I don't know if they have any real power, but maybe the name.
Well, I feel like this is the opposite of a forget-me-not. It's a forget-me-please.
Well, I'm saying like, ooh, what if we had forget-me-nots for this predicament that we are in?
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I think.
And Boudica will go off looking for forget-me-nots.
You're able to eventually find some.
She will bring them back to the party. Like I found some.
Um, with the gate, is the sort of magical energy uh stronger in any particular spot, or is it suspended within the gate, or is it emanating from the pillars of the gate?
It's just emanating from the gate itself. Just
Hmm.
kind of a flat blanket.
Huh.
I'm gonna try something, and Boudica is going to tuck one of the forget-me-nots behind her ear, and she's gonna walk up to the gate and try to place her hand on it.
Gotcha. You place your hand on the gate, Boudica, and you feel kind of this warmth spread across it. And then, almost like the gate just like retreats back a little bit. But it doesn't do anything else.
Do I remember?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that did absolutely nothing, but I remember wanting to do it and going and doing it.
I suppose that's an improvement.
Did
Uh,
Boudica actively try to open the gate, or did she just touch it?
She just touched it for now, just to see what would happen.
Okay. Well, do you want to try opening it?
Yes, I do.
Doesn't budge an inch, Boudica.
can I go up and touch the gate?
Sure. As you walk up and touch the gate, you feel this kind of similar warmth spread across your hand, Alon. And then it moves out further. As all of you would kind of hear in the area around the gate, Scaratai detected. Please input the coordinates of the echosphere transcription.
I sort of look back to everybody and just sort of mouth, "What?"
Go on, Skaratai.
What? No.
You heard it and put the coordinates.
That
What?
seems like the kind of nerdy shit you would know.
Maybe one of your family members knows?
How?
Just try the coordinates of your farm. Maybe.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know what this thing is gonna do.
It looks like home,
I-
right? Maybe it is.
I'll try that,
Okay.
saying the coordinates of home.
Then, as you say the coordinates of home, you hear this clicking noise. As slowly you see the gate begin to open. As you see it move apart, you look inside of this iridescent sphere before all of you. It is filled with violet grass and blooming flowers all around. Most are Estelle flowers from what you can see. However, there is a ring of toadstools at the center of this bubble. And within this ring of toadstools, you can see that there are beautiful, like white, orange, pink flowers in pastel hues. And inside this circle of toadstools, there were once 4 trees. 2 are still thriving. One with golden leaves, the other with leaves of an orange hue. One tree sits barren, and the last has been felled, chopped down, it seems. Leaning up against one of the trees, the one with the brilliant orange leaves, you see a woman. Long white hair which fades into orange at the tips, and a stunning gown that runs down the length of her body. There is a small crown on her head and a mask covering her eyes. And she is breathing softly amongst the toadstools. From what all of you have seen in the past, this is Estelle. In this almost frozen moment, as the rest of you can see this iridescent magic drifting outside the bubble and amongst this area, just spinning and moving in beauty and in splendor. What do you guys
So
do?
we are not in this place. We're just seeing it.
You're inside of it at the moment. Yeah, you walked in.
We're in the area, but not in the ring of toadstools.
Yeah, exactly as the map shows.
Yeah. Just wasn't sure if we were like seeing like a window to it or there. Can I tell this tree's dead?
Looks dead.
Can I tell why?
Make a mental check.
Three.
3. Looks like perhaps a lack of nutrients of some sort. Maybe a problem with the roots.
I think these are representative of the trees of magic. thoughts,
Well, should
I
we-
guess, anyway. Primordial dreams. Probably low and quelling, maybe?
Should we call out to her?
I feel like we should wake her up, but I'm not sure how.
I'll sort of try to not shout, sort of just say, excuse me? Are you alright, ma'am?
No response at the moment. She seems just to be sleeping still.
I'll walk up a little closer.
Is a wolf follow?
Boudica's fault.
Is there anything particular about the fairy ring of toadstools, or do they just seem like mushrooms?
Make a, I suppose, physical check.
Okay. 6.
6. As you look at them, you see that while they appear normal, there are these faint flickers of magic all about these toadstools.
No sense of any more specifics, just magical.
You can try and make a mental check to figure out what exactly is going on here.
Okay. Another 6.
6. You think that there are 2 types of magic going on here. The first, from what you can see, is probably primordial, shifting, flowing magic amongst these toadstools, almost protective in a way. The second appears to be focused, almost like the Ascendant power is attempting to influence these toadstools in a way.
Okay. So the 2 types of magic I'm seeing is one is defending and the other is attacking?
Mm-hmm. The attacking seems to be more of the magic at the moment.
Okay. We cannot break this ring. Does the protective magic seem to be protective from other magic, or is it like physically protective?
Both.
Both. Okay. Um. All right. When you say there's more of the attacking, how much more? Is it like a massive amount, or is it like just over 50-50?
When you first looked at it, it was probably 50-50, but it seems to be growing at the moment.
Oh. It's getting worse. Madam Estelle.
Still nothing.
Boudica will sort of join in calling for Estelle.
Okay.
Can I tell anything about the specific tree she's laying on?
As you look at it, it's kind of swaying back and forth, giving this otherworldly shimmering. The magic seems to be flowing into her slightly.
I know you say we can't break this circle, but it seems like we might have to in order to wake her.
Maybe just have the cure ready?
Okay, so this ring seems to be what's protecting her from the Ascendant power. And I don't think we... Listen. We did good work on this cure. But I don't know if it's that powerful.
Do you think it's like a wall? What if I flew over the ring of toadstools?
Well, then you might get stopped on the line and fall on the ring, in which case it'll be broken. But, I don't know.
I might be able to make a bit of a hole in it.
What if we teleported into the ring? That way we didn't run the risk of breaking the ring at all.
Unfortunately, usually these things aren't physical ring, but any impurity appearing inside of it will count as broken. From what I understand.
Well, okay, you're telling me I can't fly over it. You're telling me I can't go like teleport in there. I don't understand.
I'm saying we might just have to.
I'm
Vici, you
saying I
said
can
it-
make a. Yeah, I should be able to make a small gap in it. I tend to do a lot of slipping in and out of dimensions. I think it's the similar principle.
From being this close, can I spy anything about Estelle's condition? Does she seem injured or sick or hurt? Is she
No,
just sleeping?
she seems to be sleeping, although there are patches of flesh consistent with the Van Rome virus corruption on her.
I think she might have an infection already.
Well, then if that's the case, we do really have to get in there and cure her. Don't know how much it'll take. Probably more than a nexus.
Don't know if we can try to wake her right now. I don't know if we'll be able to, but you all told me after your discussion with Sin that you needed her blood, right?
Didn't he give you a potion, Alon?
Sin gave you a vial for the blood or something, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Alright,
Oh,
I guess if no one's opposed... Were you saying something?
nope, go ahead.
Guess if no one's opposed, can I go ahead and try to make a small gap?
Absolutely. As you
Okay.
kind of bend forward and you focus, all of you can see as sparks begin all across the circle of toadstools, growing greater and greater and greater with time. And eventually, you are beginning to see kind of these violet flames flicker to life. And it's in, I think, this moment, Boudica, that you would hear Oishen. and you would turn around, Boudica, as Oishin runs in. Mom, get away!
Oishin,
With
what?
Vicha. Now here's the thing, Caleb. Never go off on your own when there's a shapeshifter about. Because last session, when you went off on your own, I had you make a roll. It was not a real roll. Not a check, anyway. It was a save. And you failed it. In this moment, all of you see as Vicha's form begins to shift and shimmer as those flames grow. The toadstools beginning their collapse. As Oriane just begins to smile. Thank you. And in this moment, Alon, you watch as Estelle's eyes open. As again, with the protective barrier gone, the Ascendant power is able to fully focus on her once more. As Estelle flowers begin to bloom, her body begins to shift as she starts to awaken, the light beginning to move across her face, form shifting, eyes falling upon all of you. Friends, now is the time. Go ahead and roll for order.
Not again, not again, not again. I'm so sorry, Caleb.
Caleb, you make it very obvious when you know that you're the agent, but when you have no idea, you play it perfectly. Truly, you are a fantastic actor, my friend. A method actor, I would say.
So true.
I'm just pissed that I just finished stress baking because now I have nothing left to bake. I only have to eat. I can only eat my creation.
Well, what is Naza's role?
8.
8. Very nice. Boudica.
Boudica's roll is 7.
7. Real Vicha.
Oh, BJ got a big ol' 2.
Lovely. Alon.
Also an 8.
Also, in 8, I'm going to say that you're definitely leapfrogging Naza here. With Shen, right after his mom. Then for Oriane, let me see what she's got. She is normal 2d6. Right after a Boudica. And now for an Estelle is a 1d6. Ooh, just right before real Vicha. Top of the round then, Alon. You're up.
I think before I even realize what's going on, just on autopilot, I shoot Oriane.
You know what? That's fair.
So I'm gonna do that. Okay. Here. Hang on, let me recheck what the stuff is for our extra damages. Okay. Okay, here we go. Can I add Boudica?
Yes.
Okay. Increases by 5. Oh wait, no, triples. 30. Hey. Hey, shoot. 120 damage.
120. Ugh. She is going to take that on stamina as you just quickly fire at Orianne, and in this moment she raises a hand as like these violet flames take your shot along and just burn it before it gets to her. Oh, don't do that.
She's still dealing half damage, so I'll count that as a win. I'll give my Fighting Spirit to Boudica, and I don't know, climb on this rock.
Okay.
And my turn.
Neza, you're up.
Well, this is rough. May I...
And I should also mention this fact as well. As this is happening along, as your shot happens, you see her form flicker a bit. I don't want you to be surprised with what happens because Orianne is the eminence of patience. And anything she does or what happens to her body waits patiently. She suffers all damage to her at the end of the round.
Okay.
Very interesting. I would like to finally get to use my fancy spell.
Okay.
I will cast Voyant's Brain Failure on Orianne. She must make a mental save against my power score,
Against your power. Okay.
which is 6.
Gotcha. She's pretty smart.
That's good.
But she fails.
Not smart enough.
Loses 2 health blocks.
Gotcha. Then as she kind of clutches her head, you can see blood kind of like begins to trickle from her nose and her ears. Fancy.
Liz will not reply in the moment. Instead, she will over here, closer to Vicha. And I will give Know-It-All to Boudica. And that will be my turn.
Gotcha. Then, next up, Boudica. You.
Well, you see, she has made the epic mistake of placing herself next to me, Boudica the Burn.
Mhm.
So I am gonna take an attack with my axe at her. And I just, yeah. Not my finest roll, but that's okay.
Yeah,
It's got the,
very much not your finest roll.
that's okay.
You do still have Know-It-All, so you can
I can-
reroll up to 2 dice on your next attack, which is this one.
Alright, I will reroll 2 dice. Better. Okay, so my axe has a base of. Okay, so it's 12 plus. Sorry, I'm reading the galvanic bar.
It's tripled, so it would become 36.
Okay, 7 times 36.
That's 252.
252 damage.
Gotcha. Then she will take that on health blocks.
And I've got sheer 2.
Very nice. Then your axe strikes her, and you see very slowly, like this cut is beginning to form on her as she kind of smiles. Is that it?
There's a lot more coming. But I'm sure you'll be patient for it.
Well, of course.
Alright, and that's gonna be my turn.
Gotcha. It'll be Orian's turn, as she is going to begin to focus, as she's going to reach out a hand, and she's going to target that piece of fire, as you watch it shimmer and warp. She's going to spend her action summoning. As out of the flame, you see Neza, Agnes emerge.
Oh no.
Let's see here. Ooh, a 5.
I told you she was trying to kill us. She kind of shouts in Wajin's direction.
And he just kind of nods. Yeah, I got that. But let's see. That'll be actually for Orion. She's now going to shift over.
Ooh, I got Warden.
Ooh, yeah, that's fine.
Beat her up, beat her up, beat her up, beat her up, beat her up.
Actually, she would have moved this way instead.
That's okay, beat her up, beat her up. 9 times 36.
9 times 36, I'm doing that. 324.
324. Awesome.
Don't forget that sheer 2, baby.
Oh, I'm not. As it kind of strikes, she moves anyway, and then is going to background action use Patient Eruption. As you can see, she starts to build up some energy within herself. And then that will be her turn. As of now, it's going to be Agnes's turn. What to do? Well, I mean, not too much to do, really, for the speed demon. Can get right here. Then it's going to make a blooming impact attack at Wei Shen. So, blooming impact from Agnes for 54 damage. Gonna take that on stamina points. And then, of course, it's gonna bloom outward. All the creatures take 25 magical poison damage within 20 feet of the target. Of course, Orion immune. So, let's see here. That means Neza and Vicha also take 25 magical poison damage.
Okay, that'll be stamina.
Yep, stamina.
And as Agnes is laughing, that will be the end of her turn. As Wei Shen, not liking this, but going to background action after he moves over, go next to you, Vicha. And he's going to use his Infernal Fire on you. You have Sheer 1 on the first damage roll of your next turn. And then
Awesome.
he's going to go ahead and draw his sword and attack with Gret Howl against Agnes. So that is going to be 48 to Agnes, who will take that on stamina.
That's my boy.
And then, can he get out? Not really. So he's just going to move here to give some more outnumbered bonuses. But now it's Estelle. As you watch, she begins to emerge. And you begin to feel power, Alon. Power building in a way that, quite frankly, you have not ever felt or experienced before. As she begins to summon up the true power latent within the sacred garden, as all of you watch vines begin to rise up from the ground. And then, in one burst, go in all directions towards each one of you. That is going to be 70 points of normal piercing damage to each of you, and +1 corruption.
And I have to take that on an armor block.
Yeah, that has to be armor for me as well.
I'm also going to use armor for that.
Gotcha. Then, next up, she is going to go ahead and use a vine grab on Alon. For 120 you, Alon. And I need you to
Damage?
Damage, yes.
Okay.
And I need you to make a physical save.
Five.
You watch as one of these vines leaps from the ground, wraps around you on the rock, and then is going to drag you forward towards her on the stump. You now have a decision to make. You can either be knocked prone or take an additional +2 corruption.
Well, first of all, that I lost a health block.
Okay? Then roll 2d6.
So, yeah. 6.
Mm-hmm. Yes. 6. Then you gain the tired condition.
Okay. Just one level, though?
Just one level of tired, yes.
Okay. And I will be prone.
Prone? Gotcha. Then as the vine wraps around Alon, you all watch as Estelle pulls him closer, then in one fluid motion slams him to the ground. As with a free hand, she's already moving again. As Neza, her eyes will fall on you. And you just hear the words, return. Just flow out of her mouth. Like rain from the leaves of a great oak tree. You begin to feel corruption bloom within you once more, as you gain 3 points of corruption, Neza.
What the fuck? I'm at 9.
That's not good for you. Probably should have gotten that down. And then she is going to go ahead and use grow the garden. As right on you, Boudica, she is going to begin to flood the Ascendant power into the area. And that will be Estelle's turn. Vicha, you're up.
Okay. We were told Agnes was weak to abandonment issues, right? Jabs at those?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think as Vicha strides over, he'll say, I've known this group for quite a long time, and look how easily they were able to replace me. And he'll gesture to Oriane. What you want with them, you won't find it. They don't care about you enough. Even if you corrupt them, you'll just be a pawn to them still. Replaceable. And then I'll take a swing.
The Ascendant Garden and the power of the tree makes it so we are all together. You won't get abandonment issues for that.
Okay, fair enough. Still
Don't
taking
worry,
a
if we
swing.
want to antagonize our abandonment issues, I got things locked and loaded.
I bet you do. Okay, I have one friend. That is 5 successes. I'm at... Oh, no, I'm using a systole, so that is 2 successes.
You want to reroll to make it possibly 3?
Yeah, actually, don't spend that on me. I'll spend my own hero points.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, yeah, that'll be 3 successes.
3 successes, okay.
Okay, and then it triples with damage rating triples with the barb, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that is 39 apiece for 117 points of damage.
She'll take that on health blocks.
Cool, and I'm at, let's see, Assistly is sheer 2. I have the sheer power. And Oshan also gave me sheer 1, so I believe that puts me at sheer 4.
Sheer 4. Awesome. Then describe this attack.
I think it's quick, but it's elegant. I think he kind of, as he moves, he kind of does a little bit of a feint to one side, and then he'll kind of twirl the blade and kind of carve deep into her, trying to carve towards her core.
And as you strike deep into Agnes, you take 5 health blocks. And in this moment, as she cries out, now angered, you feel her draw in more power. She's going to phase 2.
Awesome. I think I was right there before, so I should have 30 more feet of movement. I'm gonna try to just skedaddle out of... Will that be enough? Just as far as I could get. Yeah, I'll skedaddle to over there. And background action. Alon can have know-it-all.
Gotcha. Then, is that your turn?
That'll be my turn.
Alon, you're up.
Okay. I'm... If I use blink, can I get up in the tree?
You could.
I'll do that.
Gotcha. Then,
And
as you get up in the
go ahead.
tree, make a physical
Mhm.
or a spirit save for me.
Okay. Four.
4. As you are within the branches of the tree, you feel primordial magic rushing through you. For this round, you get the good table. Roll a d6.
You okay? 3.
3. You regain 50 stamina points.
Haven't lost any, but okay. I will take a shot at Agnes.
Okay.
First fighting spirit myself and real Vicha.
Okay.
$93.
93. She will take that on stamina. She will quickly duck out of the way.
Oh wait, I can reroll 2 of those. Okay, plus 62.
Plus 62. She really doesn't want to be hit by you, so she's still going to burn stamina.
Okay.
But you can see as the shot comes at her, she has to pirouette out of the way, doing an incredible back-flipping move in order to keep out of your range.
All right. That is me, I think.
Cool. Then it's Agnes's turn again. As, let's see here. She is going to go ahead and rush this way towards Vicha, and she's going to use Corruption Burst on you. Actually, she would move here, but still Corruption Burst. So, Vicha, odd or even?
Even.
Even. See if you're lucky. You are. You just take +1 corruption. As a burst of energy flies at you, Vicha, but you're able to resist, for the most part, the burst. As Agnes is going to rush out that way.
She did not at any point come within 5 feet of me, did she?
She did not.
Damn. Okay.
And Neza, it's your turn.
Jesus. You remember when I stole some parts of the cure from Milan magically?
Mm-hmm.
And I specifically took, I think it was 4 vials, 2 to hold, 1 to... Or sorry, I took multiple vials is the point. Do I still have 1?
You still have 1, yes.
Do I think there's a way to craft a spell using the spell book to push back the weakening effects of this cure for like an hour? That it would cure the corruption inside if I inject it, but does not leave me a sitting duck.
I think the question I would have is how, because the cure is basically burning the corruption out of you, and it's the damage that actually is the cure.
It's almost like powering on despite it. So like in like video games when you take like an adrenaline shot or whatever and you just keep going even though your health is still really low and it adds the little temporary health bar.
So a painkiller spell.
Essentially. Where it's like, alright, fuck this. I know I'm gonna feel this later. but for right now, we have more important things to focus on. Like in the Batman, in the last, 30 minutes, when he takes that, weird injection thing and then he keeps going.
Okay. Make a mental check.
Okay. That is going to be 9 successes?
9. Then as you grab hold of the cure, you cause it to begin to sparkle and gleam as you believe you've staved off the effects if you were to drink this vial.
Okay, may I drink the vial?
Mm-hmm. As I'll say, as part of the action, in this moment, as you grab it and are throwing back the liquid, you cast this spell, releasing the magic into it. And your corruption is reduced to 0 as you feel it immediately begin to work.
Okay, that's good. And that was my full action?
Yeah,
Do I still have my background action?
you do.
Okay, I will move this way as far as I can. And then I will give my background action to Boudica. And that will be my turn.
That will be your turn. Okay. Then, Boudica. Well, before Boudica, it's Agnes again. Which is always lovely. I think... What is the move here? Because there are many. I think a thorn envelopment on Vicha. Actually, no, another corruption burst. It's just gonna run within 10 feet of you, Vicha, and fire another blast at you before returning
5
to
feet
her
closer.
spot.
I fucking dare her.
Well, she's fought you before now. She knows what you do. Well, I didn't have you call yet, so odd or even?
I'll go even again. God damn. So stupid.
Then, as Agnes dashes forward and fires the corruption burst, +2 corruption, 35 magical poison damage.
Okay. Plus, you said 2 corruption, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that brings me to 4. And you said, how much was it? 35?
35, yes.
Okay, ouchie, but I'm standing.
All right. Then that is going to be her turn. Boudica, you're up.
Alright. I am running up here to give Orianne another smack. That is that plus 9, which we previously established is 252, I think, but let me double check. 324 points of damage? Yeah.
She will go ahead and take that on health blocks, of course,
I
at the end of
got
the
you.
round.
Mm-hmm. I
As
got you too.
Yep, as she's impacted again and kind of flips around to face you. Still, you continue to fight. Too dumb to love your son, too dumb to quit. What can you do, Boudica?
Shut up. After I end this, I'm going to give my son a big hug. And that's going to be the end of my turn.
Okay. The end of your turn. Agnes coming within 10 feet of Vicha. Second verse, same as the first. Odd or even, Vicha.
I'll stick to even.
35 damage +2 corruption.
Switch! Sorry. Legitimately don't. The odds are on your side. Probably.
Uh-huh.
Clearly the odds aren't. The
I
odds
only have 30 stamina, so that is going to have to be a health block, unfortunately.
Okay.
According to statistics, the odds are 50-50 either way. Switching or not doesn't matter.
Well, that's true
For
until you
minor
take
injury, that's a 6.
6, tired 1 then.
the probability
Tired
of
1.
multiple in a row being all odd.
This also isn't going to be good for you as start of Orian's turn, her delayed burst is going to go off. As it radiates outward, all creatures in range take 100 magical cold damage.
Cool. I'm gonna have to take that.
What's the shear on that?
No sheer.
Okay.
What's the
Another
range?
health block.
50 feet, it's in the aura.
Okay.
I will
Armor block.
take that on a health block.
That's a 10 for the major injury.
10 for major. You fall prone and cannot rise as the ice just absolutely floods your body and form.
Okay.
My injury is 5. It's my first health block. It's minor.
Minor. Gain the tired condition then.
Oh, I'm so seepy.
Then. Actually, it would only have been 50 because her damage is cut. So if that changes anything,
I still only had 30 stamina.
yeah.
Oh, wait. Was Agnes's damage cut?
It would have, yes. So only 35 total.
Only 35 total. What had I been at before? Just go into my calculator for that.
Her first damage to you wasn't cut because she hadn't been attacked yet, but since she's
Okay,
been flicking back and forth on you, it's been cut.
So I think I should be back at 65 because she dealt 35 to me twice, right?
Yes.
So I should be back at 65, and then you said Orianne was only 50, right?
Correct.
Can I actually take that on stamina instead of a health block then?
You can.
Awesome. Then I am no longer prone.
Very nice. Then, let's see. Orianne now has her turn. And she is going to go ahead and use the Ascendant power on Boudica point blank. As she's just going to summon up a burst Boudica and try and drive it into your chest. This will be halved. So 72 halved, 36 magical
That I
damage
will.
to you.
That I will take on a health block.
A health block, okay.
That is going to be a 9.
9. Then your movement speed is reduced by 40 feet. Then after that, I think, yeah, she's going to go ahead and use her patient reflections as she is going to summon up what appears to be arrows in the air that are exactly like Alon's. And she's going to fire one at Alon himself and one at Neza. As she's basically going to fire his attack at both of you. So, at Alon himself first. 90 half to 45. Stamina. And then to Neza. 45 to Neza.
I had 40 stamina left. That is gonna have to be an armor block again.
Gotcha. And then... Actually, she likes her position quite a lot. So... she is going to chill there and use a background action to activate Patient Eruption once more. And that will be her turn. Now it'll be Wei Shen's turn. And he's going to run here, action grab Boudica, and then start running. And actually, he can get to here. He's going to drag Boudica that way. And he's going to go ahead and background action, in Infernal Flames on Vicha once more. As he says, all right, go get her. And that will be the turn. Next, it will be Estelle. She still hasn't been targeted yet, so she's doing full damage. First attack with the Lashing Vines. So, 320 divided by 4, 80 to all of you.
I'm gonna need to take
One
that
health block.
block.
And
Health block.
Yes.
plus 1 corruption.
Would I take the corruption as the cure continues to go?
Yes.
That's okay.
Colin, am I keeping the major injury I rolled before?
No.
Or
Reroll.
okay.
I rolled
8 for a
10.
minor injury.
You gain detriment 3 on your next roll.
I rolled a
2?
10 for
2 for major.
hmm
You gain the dire
Major!
condition.
Sorry, which condition?
Dire.
Dire!
Oh, great.
I rolled
10.
10 major injury.
Same.
10 for majors. Falling prone. Boudica and Alon. Alon's already prone, but both you cannot rise now.
Oh my god. We're not doing well.
Yeah, you guys not hitting Estelle at least once is not good. Vine grab onto Neza then. Uh, 140 into you, Neza.
That is one more health block.
And make a physical save.
I don't know what you expect from me.
Yeah, you can't make it. So you're just gonna be drugged right there. And corruption or prone?
Prone, please.
Prone. Then she will slam you down as she does the damage. Go ahead and roll a major, I believe.
Yes. Oh, that's not good. 5.
5. All creatures gain benefit 1 on all damage rolls against you. However, the detriment would be gone thanks to it technically being a roll, so
Oh, that's good. I can live with that.
you on the ground, targeted, benefit 3 to all creatures who are targeting you now. And she'll actually target you again as she's going to try and bloom the corruption within you. Another 3 corruption.
That's okay. I'm glad I took the cure.
Mm-hmm. And then she's going to go ahead and grow the garden once more. This time, she's going to grow it right there. That will be her turn. Vicha, you're up.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. Can you remind me what effects Grow the Garden had?
You didn't find out. Something happened
We did not find out.
at the start of her turn with it, but no one was inside.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try to return the favor to Agnes so that I don't drop dead. Let's see, I have Tired 1. I'm gonna burn 2 hero points to fish for another success. One more. Okay, that'll be 3 successes for me.
Okay.
And let's see, my damage is 13 to 39. That's going to be another 117 points of damage.
She'll take that on health blocks.
Okay, yay, that means I earn 1 back.
It's very good for you.
That is very good to me. I was on 1. Okay, and then I believe that's at sheer 4 again, because Oshen used his thing on me again.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Elon used his fighting spirit on me. That damage should be a bit more.
She's still taking on health blocks.
Oh, right.
So, as you strike into Agnes again, she just kind of grimaces as it's a deep wound, but she's still coming, still fast.
Okay, I'll use Know-It-All on... we'll give it to Boudica this time.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Okay, that'll be the end of my turn, so I believe I have to roll for Dire now.
Yes, you do. D6. You don't lose.
That's
one.
a 5. Cool. How many rounds is this for again? Is it 2 rounds?
It's 2 rounds, yes.
Okay.
And then, at the end of your turn, it's Agnes again, and she's going to go ahead and summon up this wave of thorns, and she's going to use Thorn Envelopment on you, Vicha.
This can only go well.
35 damage to you.
35? That is still more than I can take. Does she have any shear on this?
She does not.
Thank God. I am back to 1 health block.
And +1 corruption.
And +1 corruption. Oh boy, guess who's at 8?
And what's that, 7?
That is a 7 for
Uh,
the injury, yeah.
All creatures gain benefit 1 on damage rolls against you. As now,
Cool.
Alon, you're up.
Okay. Does Estelle count as Eldritch?
She does, yes.
Okay. I'm going to try a shooter.
Okay.
Actually, does me being on the tree do anything again?
It might make another physical or spirit save.
Okay.
The energy continues to flow.
A 3.
That is the save. So roll a d6.
4.
4. You gain sheer 1 on your next damage roll, or you could gain the crushing or echo strike tag.
What does crushing do?
Crushing makes it so if the target spends stamina points, you regain stamina points.
I'll go with crushing.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna start with Surgeon's Precision.
Gotcha.
So that's 5. So, second. And then roll itself. And then I got 1, 6, and exploding. Nope. So that's going to be total 274.
To Estelle?
Yeah.
She then is going to... Ooh. Yeah, she's going to have to take that on health blocks.
Okay. Sheer 2.
Sure too? Gotcha. Then she is hit. As the bolt impacts her in the back.
Be checking out my Fang Spirit again.
I don't know if Veach is going to survive, man. Like, Veach is
I-
probably just dead.
Yeah, Veach is on 1 health block.
Veach is on
Alright, give it-
1 health block,
And 15 stamina.
Agnes is right there.
Alright, give it to Boudica.
All right.
Yeah, did losing the health blocks spill blood for her?
I mean, like when you attacked her?
Estelle, did she lose blood when Elon took the health blocks from her?
No.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, she did not. Let's see, though. Is that your turn, Alon?
Yeah.
Okay. Corruption burst into Vicha. Call it, Caleb.
Even.
No. 17 plus 2 corruption.
I was at 8.
Yep. Then the corruption takes over your body, Vicha. And Neza, you're up.
Okay. Can I... Is it possible to craft a spell to banish both Agnes and Orianne?
Probably. I mean, it would likely be a roll, and then both of them would make a save against your power score.
Okay. I can live with that. I will attempt to do that.
Okay. Make a mental check. I'll say every roll above, what is this? An 8? Every success above 8 gets you a little bit more benefit for this.
Okay, I can do that. And I will also use 4 hero points.
Okay.
That is 12 successes.
12. Then it is up to you how you want to distribute this. For each additional success, you could give them detriment or increase your power score for this roll by 1.
By 1 each? Like, I have 3 extra points that, or sorry, 4 extra points that I put into a power score, making it like 10?
Yeah.
Or,
Detriment.
okay. So it's either give them a detriment equal to this, or just increase the power score by 1.
Mm-hmm. Increase the power score by up to 4.
Oh, okay, that was my question. I will increase my power score by 4
Okay.
to make it 10 total.
Then Agnes will go first. I'll say it's probably Spirit. Yeah, this would be Spirit.
If it helps, the banishment power specifies either spirit or physical. My choice, or its choice.
Yep,
Never mind, I thought it said my choice for a second.
I know. So there's a +3 here. So Agnes is probably gone. That's exactly 10.
Ooh.
Agnes stays. Let's try Orianne. For this, if she gets, what would this be? Like, for her, it would be 8 she needs to get. Six. How are you banishing Orianne? Neza.
I think Neza is desperate now at this point. and trying to call on the power that she briefly held with the spell book a while ago, banishment power, and modifying it a bit to try to target both. As she sees Agnes stays, she kind of focuses back down on Orianne, redoubled this time.
And in this moment, as you just redouble your efforts on the eminence of patience, she cries out as you summon everything you have, Nisa, and you throw her out of this place. Where you don't know, but she's gone. And actually, I need you to roll a d100 for me.
Okay, understood. Please don't be stupid. Please don't be stupid. Please don't be stupid. 73!
Okay. Things could be far worse then.
I was so worried I was gonna roll a 1.
As you do this, you split reality here. And Orianne fought so hard. You can see as the magic here begins to run slightly out of control. As everything kind of has begun to break and fracture at different points and moments.
Well, that sucks. But we're a step closer to being okay. As a background action, I will give Know-It-All to Boudica again.
Okay.
Then I will... It's not going to do anything, but I will attempt to move this way. Oops. Rolling, but wiggling my way that way.
Gotcha.
That will be my turn.
Then at the end of your turn, Agnes again. And now she wants this one. She's trying to head here and use a blooming impact on Boudica. Actually, is it Boudica? That's the concern. Boudica, how hurt are you looking?
Very.
Wei Shen's actually not looking too bad, so I think that's where the attack is going. So, 45 halved to 22. Wei Shen will take that on stamina. And Boudica, you will go ahead and take, what is this, 12 magical poison damage.
I can take that on stamina.
Okay. Then, let's see, +1 corruption to Wei Shen as well. But that is going to be Agnes's turn. You're up, Boudica.
Okay. So, you see, I had a power that I should have been keeping track of, but I have Comeback Kid, and
Oh,
you see, I've lost a health block. I've lost 2 of them, in fact.
yeah, so you're at 66 extra on all your rolls.
6d6, yes. So I'm gonna attack into Agnes. So that's 13.
13 is good.
13 times, it was
Yeah, that's going to
36.
be on health blocks.
468, does that hit?
It does. It does hit. That will hit the health blocks.
Epic.
And sheer 2, so
Yes.
yeah, she'll take that as it was a hard hit, but she is still standing after that.
All right. And Boudica is gonna be sticking by Wei Shen, but she's gonna say, hit her if you need to, but I think we need to get out of this area quick.
Yeah, I agree. Will that be your turn, Boudica?
Yes.
At the end of your turn, Agnes is just going to go and try and hit Wei Shen again. For same deal. 22 to him, 12 to you.
Now that I do have to take on a health block, which would be my last one.
The poison would take you, Boudica. As it does, what are you saying to your son?
She's gonna give him the two-tone tulips that she picked.
Mom? And with that, Boudica, you just fall back into darkness. As at this point, Wei Shen just kind of looks down, and he's got mend, he's got greater mend. He does not have revive. As he just kind of cries out in this pain and fury, he's going to take an attack with his blade at Agnes, trying to avenge you. 48, which actually it's a little bit, it would get through, and with his shear he takes Agnes to phase 3 as more and more like tangled energy begins to emerge from her. But she's now going on her regular initiative. And then he's going to move here, background action, grab you, Boudica, and just start to fly upward into the air with you. Just trying to keep you suspended and away from what is below. Now it would be Estelle. As... Actually, Jamie, can you roll a d6 for me?
I will. Do I want high or low?
In the middle, I suppose.
Okay. Not quite in the middle.
I'll give it to you then. Because it is high. High is generally good. As Alon, make a physical check for me. Two. There is a person entering into this space. As you all watch Alon, with the chaos of the battle, you're not really sure who it is at first. And then, as you look more closely, your eyes just kind of widen in surprise. Like you cannot believe it's real. As in this moment, you see a reflection. Or a ghost. Emerging into this battlefield, running in, you see Neza. Another Neza. Who is going at order 4. And it is here we will end the session for today.
Oh,
What the fuck? It can't already be past 10. Put it back.
It is.
It is.
Ah!
You know, when you said reflection for like the splittest of seconds, I thought you were going to say my twin shows up
I thought
somehow.
that's what we were going for too. I was like, oh shit. Is his whole family coming? Are we getting Scaretie Army?
Reunion.
Yeah, just a pair of elderly farmers here with garden tools to beat ass.
Mm-hmm. I suppose you beat Orianne, so all of you could take a level up technically.
Okay.
I do
can
have.
I though?
Can I take the resurrection power twice? Because I already have it once.
You can't. I mean, no, you can't take it twice because it's not a power that says you can take twice. Powers, unless specified, can only be taken once.
It does say I can relearn.
Mm-hmm. So you would have to have used it.
Damn. Well, I have used it in the past, and then I relearned it.
If you were using that power immediately when the session starts next time, I'll give it to you.
Essentially, I'm trying to call Oishen down to bring Boudica back.
Gotcha. So you would, hold an action? Because it's touch, right?
It is. At minimum, I can use Vicha and say, like, look, I can do this. Get Boudica down here. You motherfucker,
Well,
please.
Well,
He's
Vicha's
just
not
corrupted and
down.
not dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's
Oh, that
weak,
sucks.
but he's not dead.
Never mind.
I
I'll just
mean-
keep my one resurrection. We'll deal with you later.
I mean, Ocean, help. Does he also get a level up?
He would, yeah.
I mean, Grandma down right now. Do I get a level up
You would, if you come back.
if I live?
If you live.
Am I fighting against everyone with a level up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should you spend it on something stupid?
No.
No, I'm spending it on advanced shear. It's this cool power just for me.
You see, normally you can't take powers twice unless specified, but because Colin loves me, he made an exception. I got to replace all my powers with sheer.
I know one of you would do that if given the option. Just be like, why would I need any other power? Sheer 5. That's all I need. It would be you, Shannon.
Yay!
Honestly, I am impressed that you survived so many full-scale attacks. The life. It was impressive. As soon as the second one came through, I thought that all of you were probably done. But you're not, so yippee.
We're kind
Yeah,
of
I was
like
really
your little...
thinking we were gonna die there.
You think we're your little cockroaches?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh man. Put on your big boy pants next time, gang. Cause it going hard, and I do apologize, JB, because it will be a 2-week break. Because the 30th is the party.
Oh yeah.
So, the cliffhanger to end all cliffhangers.
It's gonna be freaking crazy.
Yeah, so what the fuck?
You guys ever see RRR?
Yeah?
Not yet. I really want to, though.
I want to see it as well.
It's fantastic.
Well, for Colin, I'm
Do I
picturing
need
the
to
scene with
deafen?
the. No.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
do it to be safe.
Mhm. What are you picturing?
I'm picture. Well, I have these Hellfire charges.
Oh.
I'm picturing the scene with the dad. Yeah,
Oh.
genuinely. At this stage, are you kidding?
Yeah, you are in bad spot. Bad spot. No good spot.
Let me know when you're done so I can tell Caleb to undeafen. Oh,
I-
you did it.
Oh, you did. Yep.
Nice.
Yahoo.
I do appreciate that reference, Dalton, immensely. I'm glad that you've seen the movie.
It's a very good movie.
It's a masterpiece.